It's not the Bionicle Inspiration series, because this one is all about Hero Factory. And today I want to spotlight 4 revamps of 4 Hero Factory characters, one of which I would call a perfect revamp. Let's dive in and see if you agree with me. We're going to kick things off with Evo 3.5 by GZB Mox. Now, I think it's fair to call this a perfect revamp. On this channel, I like to show off all sorts of very well-made reimaginings of these characters, Hero Factory or Bionicle, whatever. And oftentimes people really enjoy seeing new, refreshing takes on these characters that are way bigger, stronger, cooler, all that stuff. They can be very different. Personally, I love seeing that. But there is a real art to taking that existing set, identifying the pros and the cons, and then finding ways to remove the cons and strengthen the pros. A revamp like that, you don't see them every day. And when you do see them, they're so good. And this revamp, it does exactly that. For example, people have stated before that they don't like the fact that this set has no armor on the legs and no armor on the arms, the upper arms. It looks unfinished. Fair enough, right? But this revamp armors things up quite nicely. It's a little bit more of a modest approach, nothing over the top, but it does the job. It looks better than the original. This set also has wings. But I don't know, I get how they're meant to be wings, I understand it, but I always thought these looked more like spikes. They rest so close to the body, they feel so static. The fact that you can't bend and flex them, it just doesn't feel like wings. But these wings look dope. And it's amazing that they can fold up and almost become a bit of a cape. With these new wings and with the eagle mask, suddenly everything looks so much better. And hey, that eagle mask was one of the best parts of this set, and they somehow made it better. That is true skill to be able to do something like that. Another nice part of the original is Evo's bow. Although, again, it has a few issues. Is it a bow or is it just a double-sided blade? Because you don't get any ammo to load into the bow, and other sets use those pieces as blades. It doesn't really translate. But this gives us a frickin' beautiful, elegant, and quite realistic bow. And some arrows as well. Arrows that can load onto the back. Arrows that have fire on the tips. Seeing him posed with this bow, with those wings, it's a real treat. I mean, they look magnificent. Plus, there's also some brand new jets on the body and the legs. A little hint of trans yellow. Quite nice, quite nice. This is a brilliant touch. This is a perfect revamp. In my eyes, anyway. It's taking a good set, and it's making it great. It's removed all of the previous faults and turned them into pros. And it's turned the pros into even bigger pros. Dude, this slaps. Wonderful, wonderful work. The next revamp I have here is this. I don't know its name, and I don't know who built it. The person who submitted this over the submission email, they just sent me a link to Pinterest. And Pinterest is great, you can find so many cool mocks on Pinterest. The main issue is a bunch of those images don't credit the original builder, which sucks, don't do that. So I'm sorry, I unfortunately can't say who built this. It might be the person I'm saying here, but I get the sense it's not. So if you know who did make this, please comment below and let me know. And I'll be sure to pay homage to that builder. Anyway, this mock looks super dope. If it is a revamp of Evo 2.0, then I think they did a great job. Even if it's not, it's still great. This one is rather different from that Furno 3.5 that we were just looking at. This radically changes the set, turning him into, I don't know, he almost looks like a transformer. The asymmetrical hands, one being a hand, one being a blaster cannon. Oh, that's cool. I also like that the hand has one yellow thumb. I think just visually, it's very nice. But I like the fact that if you ran out of a single color of finger pieces, you could swap it for one extra color. Because turns out it still looks pretty good. It doesn't look, like you were missing a piece. It's stylish. The head design though. Oh, that head design. Taking Meltdown's face, rotating it, moving it up a little bit, and then shoving a purple spike in the eye. Now it looks like a funky battle mask with a big old horn. It's dope. All the greebles, all the mechanical details on the torso, that's also pretty great. It's stuff like this that just like sells that Transformer aesthetic, which I get the sense they were aiming to do. One last thing, this dark bluish grey foot piece. It comes on Liwa Fan Toka. Using that for thighs, I don't know, it's good. The shape of it is kind of a perfect match. This mock is wonderful. And trust me, yeah, I did try Google Lens to try and figure out where this was from, couldn't find anything. So please, yes, if you know who made this, let me know. But we know who made the next two mocks. So we've looked at two heroes. Let's look at two villains. This is Core Hunter by Stip363. Bigger, more heavily armored, and a few nice new details. Is that the recipe for a good revamp? I like to think so. Yeah, I mean, one thing that I adore here is the repeated use of these Thornax headpieces. Because you can see it, this element has that nice texture to it. The bumps, the rivets, the grooves, whatever you want to call it, they do kind of look like eyes, kind of. And that same texture kind of matches up with the eyes on Core Hunter's mask. It's weird, these are like a very unexpected match. They work well together. And yeah, this revamp lives up to Core Hunter's name. He's got cores decorating his body, a little collection that he's acquired. His name is literally Core Hunter, you have to give him these. I think the original set came with 1 core, but he needs like 50, come on. Something else that I like about this revamp, which maybe this is a stretch, but hear me out, the torso. There's this little bit of exposed red. It's nice. I think this is just a fun design choice, but it almost looks like some armor is missing. Perhaps a hero attacked Core Hunter and damaged his armor. And now Core Hunter's like, well, hey, you took a part of my body, I'm gonna take a part of yours. And that's why he's collecting these cores. It's an interesting idea, maybe. Or, on a slightly less dark train of thought, perhaps this is meant to be reminiscent of the red patch that you see on the back of Black Widow spiders. I got my words mixed up, but you get what I mean. I'd love to show you a picture of a Black Widow spider, but I'm not triggering anyone's arachnophobia. You know what they look like. Or, a redback spider if you're from Australia. Maybe this is meant to represent that. Core Hunter does have spider-like qualities, after all. I don't know, hey, whatever this is meant to be, or even if I'm overthinking this, I think it's a nice inclusion. And finally, a lesser-known Hero Factory character, but one that exists in the story, this is Drone. Kalahiki Mox has built this. So Drone was a fan-made creation that won a specific BZ Power contest. And because of that, it was featured in the Rise of the Rookies Hero Factory TV show. Oh, not TV show, it was a movie. My bad. Yeah, it's a really good, obscure Hero Factory character, it's great. I did a whole separate video on this character, so if you want to look at that, check the top of your screen right now, provided you're on, I believe it's mobile and computer desktops. If you're watching this on your TV, you will not see something pop up at the top there. I don't know why YouTube does that, they just do. Anyway, you want to learn more about that, I did a video on Drone. So the original set was huge, but this smaller redesign, it feels really clean and compact. I dig it. Even something as simple as just this trans green tile for the eye, oh, that looks great. You get plenty of these pieces in this old Lego Batman set. Relatively old, when did this come out? 2018, I'm guessing? Maybe that's not that old, I don't know. 2018 feels like yesterday. I also might be wrong about that date, I don't know, I'm recording this late, I forgot. Still, sick eye design. Also, hey, this mock is incredibly posable, which the original one, it was, but it also had a lot of issues with holding its own weight. It fell over, it broke a lot, it was unfortunate. But this one doesn't seem to have that issue. The back features these very cool jet engine pieces that would have come on Tahu Mystica. And I don't know, these don't really look like jets. To me, they look more like, I don't know, a power source, batteries, an engine. I like it. And look at all the little greebles. Whether it's this telephone piece here, in dark bluish grey, or these two pieces here that make up little pseudo pistons. The greebles, the details, I think they really make this mock. Heck yeah, man! So that was a few different miscellaneous Hero Factory revamps, and a few different ways for how you could approach revamping a mock. I love it, I hope you enjoyed it. And you can enjoy this a little bit more if you check the links below. There you can find the social media of everyone I featured today. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy building, and bye for now. We need more Hero Factory mocks of obscure canon characters. I love seeing them.